We have the Hell Priest signal locked in. The target is marked, but the signal will not hold for long.
For it is he that they fear, not man, or his armies. They fear the mark of the beast.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to our ShedLite series, which is a series where we quickly do reviews of any new releases and cover what we think about them, but just really briefly. I'm DangerZone and today we're going to be checking out Doom Eternal and going over why I'm actually really impressed with this title, and I think it's still very much worth your time, even with titles like Persona 5 Royale, Animal Crossing, and Resident Evil 3 competing with it. I'll start off by just cutting right through the bullshit, honestly, and saying that I actually really loved my playthrough of this game, and at first I really didn't think it was going to be that way, and I didn't think that it was going to stand out amongst all those other really awesome games, but it managed to rip and tear away into my heart. Just to be corny. Definitely did. So just to kind of paint a picture of what you should really expect when you're playing Doom. Let's say you've never really had any experience with Doom before. This is what it's like. When you play Doom, you enter this flow state where you're just trying to stay alive and slaughter as many demons as skillfully and as badass as you can, while there's a bunch of heavy metal music playing and gun noises just roar in the background. And now, if that describes playing Doom 2016, Doom Eternal is like they cranked that shit up to 11 with its intensity this time around, and they added a whole new freshness that, honestly, I didn't think it was possible. I truthfully didn't think they were going to make this game feel different than any other Doom I've played before, and at first I really just thought this was going to be another Doom, but they said no. No, Danger Zoners. They managed to really pack this game full of new content and a lot of differences that make this game feel like a brand new masterpiece. So let's just start it off simple here and say that the updated visuals alone are pretty amazing. I'm not going to understate it here. They reworked the Doom 2016 textures a lot and made this game into one of the most gorgeous and vibrant shooters I've seen, at least since Metro Exodus and Resident Evil 2 remake last year managed to impress me. The demons they've made are just fantastic. The amazing designs in the new demons are great, as well as the redesigns from demons that they brought back from previous games, also really good. They kind of have this personality to them that makes them, in a way, kind of charming and unique, at least as much as demons can be charming, I suppose. The sound design is also great and very complementary to the visuals here as well. They even added these hilarious cartoon sound effects to the glory kills, and they follow the animations just so perfectly that makes this game really pleasing to watch and to listen to. I mean, don't take my word for it, just check these clips out. It's just such a good game. So yeah, crazy hellscapes, temples, space-age text with all the squelching, grinding, and explosive noises pretty much anyone can handle, all of this topped off with an amazing metal soundtrack. And while I love it, I can honestly say it's not all perfect though. Not anything is really perfect, and on the negative side of things, the environments do run a little ragged at times, especially at the end of a mission. I'm definitely tired of being in the same place by the end of the mission, and honestly towards the end of the game I kind of got sick of seeing very similar designs. Not the same, I won't discredit them, but it really wasn't a big deal, I suppose. Just know that this style and visual goriness is the essence of Doom, so if you're really not ready for the gore, the demons, the dark themes, the metal-fueled violence, which to be fair, some of you might not be ready for it, you aren't gonna like this game. Not the story, not the gameplay, nor the art style. Plain and simple. Doom is all about blood, killing, and demons, so if that's not what you like or can visually tolerate, you probably shouldn't buy it right out of the gate. But for the rest of us who can totally handle that, we're gonna be talking about gameplay. Ah, so I see you've survived long enough to let me talk about gameplay. What a fool you have been because you've just activated my trap card. The gameplay is like 90% of what makes Doom Eternal awesome. The new traversal abilities and increased environmental interaction, like shooting big old guns at big old tentacles, have really added to that hectic Doom dance that makes this game such a blast. It progresses perfectly and manages to feel much more alive than the previous title. The last one kind of felt like it was just waiting in between large arena combats. Not this time. The moments in between the large arena fights become way more interesting and have a lot more content, and I think that's what really made this game a lot more alive and made that possible. Better puzzling, really good collectible hunting, tons of new demons and demons in between the hallways, and just awesome challenges keep you mindlessly slaying demons, and before you know it, you've actually been playing for hours. I honestly became mesmerized at how good the gunplay is, and anytime I felt it get stale, boom, new gun, boom, new enemy type, boom, new abilities, or just boom, explosions. Even the addition of better storytelling makes this game just feel better. They have these awesome new extended cutscenes and actual cinematics that give you a great storytelling experience, and compared to the more go fetch this Doom of the past, this is super welcome. I've been waiting for them to have some really good exposition and really good cutscenes for a while now, and I'm glad that they did this. The scenes drop you off into a new mission or area feeling like a complete badass and giving you the motivation and purpose you need to take down the demons. As if you needed any purpose, you know what I'm saying? I will say the standout here though is not the story, not the addition to the gameplay, not the reworked visuals, not the reworked gameplay, not all the new things that they added to the game, but the one new thing that they greatly improved is actually something that helps its longevity, the new multiplayer battle mode. And while I suck at it, it definitely makes this game so much more worth it. The whole 2 demons versus 1 slayer concept is actually a lot of fun, and because you kind of have to think, it's more strategy than I expected at first. It kind of feels like a tactics game mixed with that high intensity shooter. It really just depends on what team you're playing on. It makes the replay value of this game just so much better and allows you to compare it with games like Animal Crossing and Persona 5, which have tons and tons of content and tons of playtime. Not that it's really equivalent to those massive games, but at least that effort gives the player some more playtime, and it's definitely commendable that they're at least trying to get you to get more value out of your money. Now, I don't really have any negatives because personally, when it comes to the gameplay, I got a lot more than I expected. But some people are out there saying that the nature of the game and the difficulty of it just makes it way hard for less experienced players to get into, and I'm gonna go ahead and say flat out, just no. I find that completely wrong, honestly. The game introduces everything to the player so well that your skills kind of just develop really naturally, and that's not just me bullshitting, that's really intentional. The developers wanted that. They don't want to throw too much at you all at once. So you might have a tough time at first, but the game wants you to have a good time, and it lends itself to helping you find out how to get to there where you can finally do that Doom dance where you're just off the wall killing things. Just make sure you pick a difficulty that's really being honest with your experience level, and just know that the titles are not lying to you. I really had to back down from the highest difficulty because I just wasn't ready for it. This game is a masterwork at pacing, and I think that it really manages to prove its value by adding that multiplayer that may be a little bit more traditional, but that's refreshing. Doom stands out amongst all the live service battle Royale-esque games, and that's what makes it worth your time right now as a shooter. id Software took the time to improve its gameplay, its visuals, its story, and even its longevity, and honestly, maybe I might just sound like I'm a shill and selling this game to you guys, but that's because I really stand by what I'm saying here. They really pushed themselves to make a new experience for even its longtime fans, which I would say I kind of borderline am. So while I'd say I probably wouldn't spend my money still on Doom Eternal over Animal Crossing, Persona 5, Resident Evil, or even Final Fantasy coming out, I definitely would still eventually buy this game. And that's because while I wasn't wowed or really expected it, this game convinced me that it is a must-play title for the year, right up there with all the other ones. So hopefully I managed to shine a little light on Doom Eternal for you, and it showed you what it's all about and what it's worth. If you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like us to cover another game, comment below and we'll see what we can do. So, rip and tear, my fellow Slayers.
Till it is done. Wow.